boys and girls, I'm Miss Courtney, one of Miss Kathy's friends. I have a story to share with you today, and I hope you enjoy it. Let's get started. Chocolate on her face. Come on, Maria, Dee Dee called from outside. They're going to start the soccer game without us. Maria Vargas glanced up. Through the classroom window, she could see Dee Dee waiting near the door, and right beside her was their teacher, Mrs. Peterson. Maria was alone in the classroom. I'll be right there, she called, but she glanced down again at the teacher's desk. There was the teacher's edition of her science book. It was even open to the right page, tomorrow's lesson. Maria bent down to look at the answers. Mom said I had to have my homework done if I wanted to go shopping with Grandma tonight. With these answers, I can get my science done before school's over, she told herself. Besides, it's not really cheating. Miss Peterson would go over these answers with us tomorrow. I'm just getting a head start on everyone else. Maria glanced up to make sure that Mrs. Peterson was still outside. Then she slipped the teacher's book onto the copy machine on the desk and pushed the button. A few seconds later, a copy of the answers slid out into her hands. After putting the book back on the desk and slipping the copy into her science book, Maria raced out the door. After recess, Maria copied all the science answers onto her homework paper. Once again, Maria felt a little guilty. It's not that important, she told herself. It's only one day's homework. I can't get in trouble. No one knows I did it. As soon as I crumple up this copy and throw it away, no one will ever know. Maria wadded up the copy inside an old school newspaper, threw it in the trash can, and forgot all about it. I sure am glad you both got to go shopping with me, Grandma said that evening as they pulled out of the driveway. I'm glad too, Yo-Yo said. Can I have some gum? Maria was embarrassed. Yo-Yo, don't beg. Grandma smiled. I'm sorry, Yo-Yo. I'm all out of gum, but we have to stop by my house for a minute. Maybe I can find some there before we go shopping. When they got to Grandma's house, she couldn't find any gum. But I know where some chocolate chip cookies are hiding, she announced. Maria, they're in the rabbit cookie jar on the counter. If you'll get them while I find my things, you may each eat one while you wait. Hurry, Yo-Yo whined, while Maria lifted the heavy rabbit head. It clunked as she set it down on the counter. Just a minute, Maria said. Here, take one and be happy. She almost lost her appetite when she watched Yo-Yo devour her cookie. Take it easy, Yo-Yo. You're going to make yourself sick. You already made me sick. Can I have another one? Yo-Yo asked before she finished chewing. No, Grandma said we could have one. Maria put the rabbit's head back on. Come here, let's clean off your hands and face while we're in the kitchen. By the time Grandma came back downstairs, both girls were sitting on the couch waiting. Can I have another cookie? Yo-Yo asked. No, more than one might spoil your appetite for supper. Maria, will you help me look through these papers? With both of them searching through the stacks, they didn't notice that Yo-Yo had left the room. It wasn't until they heard a loud clunk from the kitchen that Grandma looked up. Where's Yo-Yo? She asked. Before Maria could answer, they both heard another clunk. The sound of the cookie jar rabbit's head being set on top of its body again. Grandma looked at Maria and sighed. Yo-Yo, where are you? She called. After a few seconds and the patter of little feet on a tile floor, Yo-Yo appeared. Where have you been? Grandma asked quietly. Oh, nowhere, Yo-Yo answered, putting her hands behind her back. Maria stared at the dark streak of chocolate on her sister's chin. You didn't get another cookie from the cookie jar, did you? Grandma asked. Oh, no, Yo-Yo said. Are you sure? Grandma asked. Is that really the answer you want to give me? Yo-Yo nodded. Maria exploded. Yo-Yo, you've got chocolate right on your face, and I just washed it 5 minutes ago. Why are you telling lies to Grandma? She knows you took a cookie. Grandma shook her head sadly. We'd better go home and tell your mother what happened. I don't think she's going to be very happy. Grandma was right. Yo-Yo went straight to her room, and Maria went shopping alone with Grandma. I can't believe she just stood there and lied like that, Maria said. She doesn't usually act like that. I know, Grandma said, and I think she'll learn from this. If it wasn't so sad, I might have laughed. There she stood, promising that she hadn't eaten a cookie with chocolate all over her face. She did look pretty silly, Maria agreed. That weekend in the shoebox, the lesson was about Achan. Why did God tell the people to kill Achan just for stealing something? Maria asked. He didn't steal that much. Mrs. Shue thought for a second. Remember that the people of Israel still didn't know very much about God. They wondered if he was as strong and wise as people believed the gods of Egypt and Canaan were. God had to show them that he was strong and wise and that his laws had to be obeyed. Once they believed that, he would be able to teach them other things they needed to know about him. So Achan thought he could get away with taking some things because no one saw him, Jenny said. He didn't know that God sees everything. Maria raised her hand. It sounds like what my little sister did. She told them about Yo-Yo and the cookie. And she just stood there like she was sure no one knew she was lying. Miss Shue shook her head. I think we look just as silly to God when we do things and act like no one sees us. Don't you think so, Maria? Suddenly, Maria's eyes got big. How silly did I look to God when I crumpled up those science answers like no one saw me? Maria? Maria shook her head. I'm sorry. I was just thinking. You're right, Mrs. Shue. Then silently she said, I'm sorry, God. I don't want to be a cheater or a liar. Please help me talk to Mrs. Peterson and tell her I'm sorry, too. Then Maria rubbed her hands across her face, almost like she was wiping the chocolate off.
The story you have heard today is from the Shoebox Kids Bible Stories, written by Jerry D. Thomas and used with permission from the Pacific Press Publishing Association. If you're interested in any other books published by the Seventh-day Adventist Church, please visit AdventistBookCenter.com or call 1-800-765-6955.
This podcast is a production of the Carolina Conference of the Seventh-day Adventist Church.